Hi, I'm Ron Ario, and welcome to Mastering Transformation. Today I want to talk about the art of allowing life to happen. See, the ability to allow life to happen to us is so counterintuitive. All of our training and conditioning influences us to take life by the tail, insert our will on life and others, be an influencer, dominate, carve out your own niche. And certainly in sales, there's a process, wear down the prospect. Most will not take the time to conclude or even admit that this is exhausting. Probably the greatest reason is there seems to be no alternative. Isn't this how we become successful, one may ask? Isn't this the process all successful people have to get used to get where they are? How else am I supposed to do it? The system in which we exist requires us to work at a frenzied pace. The rat race requires us to keep up with the Joneses, maintain the latest technologies, work at a furious pace to keep ahead of the competition in business. Not to mention the personal agendas of status. Status or class become a conscious and deeply unconscious pursuit to create, protect, and maintain an image in society. A personality, if you will, that interacts with others for the sake of business or personal success within our world. This personality is often so separate from who we really are, but it is necessary in this world of make-believe. The system in which we live is like a machine that utilizes and usurps our energies for the sake of keeping the machine running. Let that sink in a bit. Are you really operating as your true authentic self? Who are you? What is it that you really desire? Are your desires a result of social conditioning and programming? How would you determine this to be true or not? See, the art of allowing takes us deep into the underworld of our conscious awareness and connects us to our soul's desires. Soul desires, what is that, you may ask? See, society at large is not aware of their true nature as a soul, and it's designed that way. When one is asleep within this machine mind, they are told the rules and they follow the rules. No time is allowed for deep introspection. If time is taken, you are conditioned to think that life will pass you by. Living to exist is the reality for most on planet Earth. So let's talk about allowing the courage it takes to listen to the natural rhythm of our eternal existence. Yes, eternal existence, because we are beyond this realm of time and space, as we are eternity itself, remembering and re-experiencing ourselves in form. First, let me set the stage, and then I will share my own experience on the art of allowing. First, the same energy and intelligence that exists in nature exists within our soul awareness. We are this nature, but with a human form. The plants do not question their existence. The oak seed does not question that it will eventually rise into a massive oak tree. When we are born, we have the same seed of potential within us. What differentiates us from the plants or even animals is we have free will. But nature, as you witness, shows no resistance. It withstands the ebbs and flow. Nature is completely authentic to the seasons that influence and remains unattached. There are lessons for humans here. So after starting off as a real estate agent in the early 1980s and progressing as a top executive, having launched and built the Central Southern California region for Keller Williams Realty in 2002, I grew it to 14 offices and 14 agents within a 4-year span. Then partnering with CEO Gino Blafari of Intero Real Estate Services and acquiring the rights as CEO and master franchisor of all of Los Angeles County, I became intimately aware of the persona of which was necessary to influence and create these endeavors. Then losing everything in the most prolific real estate crisis since the Great Depression in 2007 and 2008, I began to question what made me happy. I mean, really happy. On top of that, I can see the manipulations within a financial system that perpetrated the greatest transfer of wealth back to the banks since the Great Depression. If I was to find happiness in life, and I'm talking about true happiness, how was I going to do that? How was I to truly know what makes me happy at a soul level, at the deepest level of my soul desires? I was not willing to settle for merely existing within what I could see as a fabricated, automated existence, which makes survival the reward. Life circumstances inspired and allowed me to take a year off the grid. I sold everything that would not fit into 3 suitcases. I rented a room on the beach in Belmont Shores, Long Beach, California. I got rid of my car. My transportation for the next year was a 1-speed beach cruiser. I was going to get to the bottom of this happiness pursuit. I was not willing to live a pretend happiness or a happiness that must settle. I made a decision to not do anything I did not want to do for a year. Every day I woke up, I said, what do I want to do today? If it was nothing, I did nothing. I rode my bike everywhere I had to go. I encountered all the normal mind chatter. What are you doing with your life, Ron? My internal compass said, I must be productive. Without being productive, I will be worthless. I stayed the course, in spite of seriously questioning myself at times. This went on for many months. I would expect answers that did not come on my time schedule. But eventually, something started to percolate inside. With meditation being a part of my life since 1988, this alone time allowed me to dive deep. I started to discover these inner promptings that would not be heard or recognized beneath the crazy chatter of a world hell-bent on mindless activities for entertainment and production. Eventually, I began to experience a transition from the guilt of needing to do something to the awareness that my life was coming into a more clear focus. It seemed that the more I did nothing, the more my deepest soul promptings were being allowed to show up in my life. I wanted to have a life where I could live at the beach, yet still find a way to fulfill my purpose for coming to planet Earth. Soon I was realizing, wait a minute, you are living at the beach. And my income from previous endeavors as an executive with Keller Williams Realty began to grow without me doing anything. It was a profound aha moment when I saw that my life was unfolding as to my desires, and I was seriously not doing anything to make it happen. I was doing the opposite of what most would deem necessary. My income continued to grow each year. There is a magic in slowing down and allowing. So since 2013, this is how I've lived. I now live in Southeast Asia near the beach. Not just a beach, but many islands within a short distance to enjoy. To conclude, allowing takes great courage. One must be willing to suffer the perceived consequences of letting go. One must be willing to lose their attachments to things that appear to bring happiness in life. Happiness is an internal state that we create within the simplicity of being true to ourselves. One must be willing to be authentic with themselves and withstand the naysayers that do not understand your mission to exist within your highest soul essence, the spark of creation that you truly are. That is beyond this limited, mind-controlled existence in which humans unknowingly play the roles. One must acknowledge that they have a guidance system built in. This guidance system is creation itself. This guidance system is intimately aware that you are not the limitations you experience within the seen world. The guidance system is determined to make the unknown known to you. And detachment is the key to allowing. Becoming detached from all outcomes. Trust, slow down, and settle into the rhythm of life.